All right, another deliver the bomb defense. This is going to be one inspired by. This is going to be a bit of a teaser because they already sent me this picture once, and I want to share it with the video. This defense was the most absurd, like cliffs everywhere, ramps, just unbuildable terrain, and she is actually trying to find this location again. And if that mission happens, I will absolutely jump in game and try to do something with that. But this is going to be a similar-ish guide. There are, there's an anomaly in front of the defense. There's just cliffs right on the southeast side there. It's not good. The tracks was pretty straightforward, but still in our way. We're going to have to remove those. And, yeah, should be pretty interesting. Before we get into it, these are informational. This is not going to be a works for every situation, super cheap guide. I try to show the traps that don't exactly fire, just so you guys can improve on my builds. If anything I do or does, if anything does not work here, hopefully you guys can learn from those mistakes. I do have a trap guides playlist linked down below, trap tunnels video, all the perks linked down below, all those fun stuffs. And yeah, so first and foremost, it is Lightning Storm with no metal corrosion. Metal corrosion wouldn't matter because Lightning Storm anyway means we're not building with metal. Brick is what the boys have done. I think Archer built that. And Death Bomb. All my teammates have agreed to let me do the building, so Death Bomb means we don't want them to get too close. It's my understanding. Archer, did they finally fix the Death Bomb with the...
Yes, they did.
Worked? We're good?
All they had to do was decrease the size of the hitbox, and then I fixed it.
That has been a bug forever. Also, this was okay, not to get too far away from the trap guide, but the the weapon I'm using is from the daily video where you guys voted on what I should supercharge. Pop shot one out. Mine happened to be fire. I am running crit rating on this. This is supposed to have crit damage in the lead with this shotgun, but I didn't know I was using the shotgun until the mission started. So in case you guys were curious about my loadout, yeah. Oh, okay. I was gonna say everybody's running ninja, and then I saw a base because that upper left has been bugged forever. Let's just start with the hard part right away. So the anomaly immediately tells me there are not going to be traps helping too much here. So I'm going to do a couple of things right off the bat. Exploding Death Bomb typically means... okay, this is not usually how I want to do this. This is probably an unnecessary amount of trap, or builds at least. I don't want them to be... I'm putting defenders down. So I'm just going to go up an extra layer entirely. I know that this might be a little overdone. This is one of those moments in the video where I'm stating this is probably do as I say, not as I do situation, but I do want my defenders to be up and out of the way. I'm going to lean this one towards the south side just in case the spawns flip, which they don't usually do in Death Bomb, but better safe than sorry. Defenders are going to be good for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, this anomaly is going to make traps not as effective as they normally would be, and Death Bomb. These defenders will be up, out of the way. If any tunnels break, which can happen, the defenders will be up and safely out of the way. Severe Dark, thank you for the Prime sub. Really appreciate it. I'm going to put a couple of anti-air traps. They should be okay, but I'm going to put them also off to this north side just because there shouldn't be too many enemies over here, and that should be a safe way to defend. Now, I'm gonna, for my own, well, I'm actually at 12 coconuts, but you know, this is how I farm metal passively. I just cannot help but go and grab it, and then I built this in a way so that I could just, sorry, defender, just edit it out. Is he gonna respawn, or is he's just down there now? Okay, well, wow, that is the furthest I feel like I've ever taken note of a defender being a, wow, he's on a hike. How far can a defender go? Okay, damn. Well, he's going to die. Like, oh, yeah, and there he goes. I was going to say, when are you going to teleport? All right. So this defense, I'm going to be doing this a little... I feel like this is lazy, but I don't know exactly what else. So I'm suspecting most are going to track through here. I'm not sure if anything's going to come up here. I'm going to put a couple of wall launchers. These will likely be unnecessary later, but I want to make sure everything gets down here. Does anybody in the party in voice, do you guys know if you can put tire traps over an anomaly? Does that do anything?
You can.
Does that work?
Probably, yeah.
I mean, yes and no. They won't walk through the anomaly, so it won't do anything.
So I should just
They'll walk around it.
Then.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, you can put it around the edges of it, but it won't matter.
Okay. All right. So I guess I'm just pushing them in over here.
What you could do is you could put a ceiling electric field in the center of the anomaly, and it'll hit the four corners around it.
You can really do that? I don't think I've ever really messed with anomalies before like this.
Put one dead in the center, and anything that walks around will be hit on the edges.
I believe the 99 stack is my... put one in the center, easier said than done. How do you even do that? I don't think you can.
Does it not let you?
No.
Oh, well, that was just a theoretical, so...
Oh, you are killing me here. Literally, I'm taking damage on Archer's hot theories. What I get for taking advice. Alright, so what I'm thinking here is build this up an extra tile. I'm going to put scaffolding for now. We're going to put tire traps facing backwards because they are directional. Whichever side that corner is on facing is the direction enemies are going to get pushed. Oh, that was an accident. Tire traps can only push in one direction, and it's actually very important. They will go much further if you work with that and not against it. This is going to be a little annoying to place because 3 tiles high will make them bounce more, and they'll be more effective that way. But it's worth the hassle. I want to put them 2 tiles up here just because I am immediately digressing and saying the hassle is not always worth it. Let's do a little bit of this just to make that break. Corner, break it. Yeah, just to get that out of here. Editing is almost always faster than breaking slowly. So that's my little hot tip of the day. This is going to get broken by the spawns. I'm not even going to worry about it. But I do believe I'm going to be lazy again. Death bomb is really, really scary. All right, let me do this. I want to be better safe than sorry. Probably not the most important thing to place it 3 tiles high like this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Again, this is gonna get broken by the spawns, so we're gonna do it just like this. I think these tire traps is probably a little overkill. I'm trying to blanket the entire area and let the defenders do the rest. I'll try to take note of what's necessary here, but this is working with quirky terrain. I'm sure most of these aren't strictly necessary, but I'm trying to see how that'll do. And oh, there's death bomb. Yeah, I'm breaking my builds already. That's why I try to connect it in as many places as I could, because I figured that would be happening at some point. I think we should be okay. I know that that looks really quirky, but you know, in these weird terrains, I want to put still electric field, but this edge here is very, very...
Put wall darts down there. Put wall darts around the anomaly, like on the edges of the walls.
Oh, I see. You think so? All right.
Death bomb might
Definitely
do them
will.
in, but
weird. You can only place it in like a certain spot. These might be unnecessary, but it'll help with the whole defense. I'm not exactly proud of this west side. I'm gonna state it now. This is messy, but weird terrain, man. I'd rather overbuild a little bit on camera than fail fail the entire defense. Now on this east side, this is not. This whole cliff up here, they're all going to drop down here and be a real pain to work with. I think I've been really enjoying tire traps as of late. I want to put them up next to the defense, but, you know, the death bomb is such a pain to deal with. So I'm just going to commit to an idea and go from there. So this seems to be the natural path. They're all going to be landing in this hole down here. I'm going to do this. I'm going to wall darts everything that comes in, and then oh, I got an idea. We'll do like we did in the previous deliver the bomb. I'll do 4, and I'll try to disincentivize going this direction as much as possible. Just put a bunch of walls up, make sure that nothing paths this way. Everything should go through here. I do believe defenders should be enough, so we're gonna put just a couple of electric fields. Let's see, we got 195. I believe literally 2 should be enough, because the last time I did this, most of them didn't even fire more than a few times, and I think that's going to be okay. I'm not going to put wall darts or anything, just those 2, and let that go. For over here, I can't reasonably suspect we're going to be able to keep them away from here, so I'm just going to do what I normally do. We'll try to de-incentivize propane with the sound walls, and block off this one section, and then fire traps, I guess. They will be 3 tiles high, out of the way, and should hopefully get the job done. They're gonna not necessarily block the defenders, so it should be okay. I'm even gonna put 4, probably a bit much. I don't want them to walk onto it from there, and at this point I'm just hoping for the best. So this is what happens with these weird terrain spawns. It's not 100%, and you kind of just have to figure it out as you go. Certainly not the most concise build, but I think we're gonna be okay.
Oh my god, I'm your big
Oh, currently being follow botted because people like to be like that. So we're just going to turn off all of the alerts for the rest of the video. All right. I don't know which side to watch first. I don't know which one to go for. Let's look out here. How are the anomaly spawns? Let's see. Tire traps are knocking the enemies around, as they should. And the defenders are... Yeah, no, these guys are barely making any progress. The wall darts are... Wow. Yeah, no, this is a slaughter fest. Okay. Enemies are ignoring... What? Where did you come from? Oh boy. I was wrong about something over here. Floor freeze is activating, but a lot of these enemies are going up along this edge. So I'm gonna just wall this off. So they have to pick a direction. Either they go down to this tunnel area that I already covered, or down through here into the tire traps. I know that we have Death Bomb, but we also have a base, and that's handling things fairly well. I do see enemies are getting through, but it's not so bad. I'm just gonna try and keep these defenses alive. So this is one of those things where looks like the tunnel is mostly holding, but yeah, I think a couple more Ceiling Electric would do some good out here. Lobbers, are we still getting love lobbers? I think so.
Yeah.
They are always a pain. Important to deal with them. A lot of people think that a perfect trap tunnel, you just set it and forget it, but realistically, it's boring to just sit there and watch, and handling the enemies is an important part of the game. Just like killing a mini-boss. I probably should have popped a war cry a little sooner on it. Out here, it looks like enemies are getting absolutely handled. This wall, yeah, like I mentioned, these wall launchers were unlikely to do much, but I placed them just to be safe. And just so that if anybody wants to recreate these builds, looks like a lot of these tire... Wow, that one only fired a couple times? My goodness, these back ones are doing way too much work. These are doing really, really well. And as I suspected, a lot of these haven't even really fired. And that's really good to see. That just shows what I placed, what was unnecessary. That just shows what was unnecessary out of what I placed and how we could do better. And in this case, I didn't put any tar pits down and I top watch on the side. A smasher got through. And I do know that this south side is severely under-trapped, and I suspected the defenders would do a lot more than they are. I don't think any of them would be dead. I didn't hear any lobbers. Are they good, Mateo?
They're fine.
They're fine? Well, yeah, as long as you just, you know, pay attention to the potential weak spots, you're gonna be okay. I didn't do that here, and we lost a wall. But tar pits, I don't think were necessary. We only saw, what, one smasher? Or did you kill the rest?
I think I've seen like 3 maybe.
Looks like they got taken care of. Not the cleanest build, which is funny because we just recorded the Ride of Lightning video where basically nothing got through, but in these more quirky terrains, I don't have a set way to deal with anomalies. It looks like they mostly get ignored. Enemies walk to the side, so if you play to that, it could actually be helpful to have an anomaly nearby. Kind of a weird perspective, but you know. Looks like these are working completely fine. The second row of Ceiling Electric Field did a lot. These are triggering very often, and essentially nothing's getting through it now. You can see my walls broke out. That's why anchor points are always important. If your traps break, they don't do any more damage, and kind of a problem. Sound walls were added down here, and wall darts. That's probably pretty good because a lot of enemies got down there. My sound walls were doing okay, but weren't the most important. The drop traps did all right installing. Surprised to see that one only fired 3 times. And yeah, not the cleanest build, but what I'm really showing here isn't these specific builds, but it's the basic idea of using these steps to, you know, fumble them around, delay them with the tire traps. Even just a couple of floor frees like over there with Ceiling Electric Fields can handle a lot. And in a quirky enough scenario, defenders can go a long way. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully that was helpful to you guys. Hopefully you learned anything. Comment down below what you thought. I'll see you guys later, and take it easy. I actually wanted to read this. I still believe building is an art. Every mission starts out like a blank canvas. And that's how I see this, you know? I get a lot of comments about the efficiency of my builds. But in a mission like that, I doubt anybody is going to have a perfect experience unless you way overbuild. And for what we spent, I think we did all right.